county governments in those areas. The concerns that have been raised are legitimate because these are concerns that have been experienced over many years. This plan attempts to respond to some of the concerns the communities have been experiencing or have raised over the years. It was untenable to continue the relationship the way it was, and therefore this plan attempts to rethink. And we think this plan is not just a Kenyan invention. Once we roll out with the support of all the partners that have been working with us, including the international community, and I'm very happy Filippo is here to put his sign of approval from the UN community, that we could look at this template as being the relationship going into the future with host communities and refugees, not just in Kenya, not just in our region, but also globally. This is not to say that we must make it, the norm for people to export others from their countries as refugees. I think that's not what we are saying. And in fact, as a country, we are deploying all the assets that we have to contain instability in different parts of our region. Just this morning, I have sent the Honorable Raila Odinga, our former Prime Minister, to South Sudan because there is a situation that could lead to export of more refugees from that country unless it is contained. We are engaged currently on the situation in DRC. We have a robust conversation on containing the situation in Sudan. So we are doing what we can as Kenya, working with partners and regional mechanisms to see to them situations that could lead to people seeking asylum and leaving their countries because of instability and other challenges that countries face. So we are actively making sure that we do what we can to make sure that we have less and less refugees and asylum seekers by participating in interventions that help countries manage their affairs better. I must also say that as champion of the Africa Union reform, of our Africa Union family, we are also looking at how we can better stabilize our region, how we can deploy resources in our continent to stabilize this continent, because unless we stabilize this continent, any meaningful activity, any progress is undermined, and we become a place of displaced people and refugees and asylum seekers. And we are currently looking at our peace and security architecture of the Africa Union so that we can find a link and connection to the international community. And I'm very happy that we've already made the first step, that Africa Union peace initiatives will now be funded as agreed by the UN by United Nations assessed contribution, making Africa Union interventions better resourced for us to take, better control of interventions in our region, rather than waiting long for some of the UN interventions to come into place. So, apart from thinking about the refugees we have and how we can integrate them into the development of our country, we are also actively working on how to make sure that we reduce on people seeking asylum where we can, and people being exported as refugees. As you can see, we are neither short of ideas, commitment, or willingness to do the work needed to actualize this critical vision. For this reason, the Shirika Plan, whose development entailed extensive multi-sectoral and multi-stakeholder consultations, led by county governments, and that is why they've already expressed themselves and some of the issues they raised, and also refugee-led organizations, UN agencies, development partners, and the civil society, is a strategy which reflects the contribution of a broad spectrum of actors. It clearly and boldly reflects our commitment to the Global Compact on Refugees, as well as the constitutional mandate to observe and implement measures that not only fulfill but also expand inclusion, equity, equality, social justice, non-discrimination, and access to equal opportunity in our shared prosperity. When we declare that our national transformation agenda shall leave no one behind, we mean every word of it. To guarantee the best chance of fully actualizing the promise of Shirika, I call on our partners in development and humanitarian response, international financial institutions, and other organizations to enhance their position and contribution to our partnership in order to renew the way we transform solidarity by investing in sustainable, scalable, and inclusive solutions. I wish to appreciate all our partners because the long journey we have walked together has not been easy. Thank you for your consistency and readiness to do the good work. In a special way, I thank the counties of Turkana and Garissa, through their leadership present here, for their enduring solidarity and pragmatic leadership. Thank you very much, gentlemen, and your teams. The Shirika Plan now gives us a framework to collaborate more ambitiously and pursue historic achievements that will guarantee hope and dignity for refugees and give host communities due recognition. Let us walk this road assured that together we will transform Kenya's refugees and host communities from sites of sorrow and despair into thriving and prosperous hubs of opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, I now declare the Shirika Plan officially launched, and I thank you very much for your attention, and God bless you.
Thank you, Your Excellency.